Welcome to a Sunday edition of the Stretch Run. I'm your host, Oldy. This is my co-host, Chris Walsh, who is here. We're going to be covering Remington and the Oklahoma Derby late pick 5 sequence. So welcome, Chris. How you doing? How's your Sunday?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Not doing too well in fantasy, football, or baseball scores. No real wagers on any of that stuff. But looking forward to Remington. I've been doing some rolling pick 3s. Have one ending here, and a new one starting here. Good to see everybody that's in the chat. Tony Wiz, welcome. Thanks for joining. It should be fun. By the way, if you were watching yesterday with Scotty, he gave out that 7 horse in the last at Remington, and that was an $11.60 winner. So the new GSR could be good. Yes, Scott, you are right. Pratt is at Remington, along with our friend Rosario. So we'll be fading him a lot probably tonight as well. We got 9 minutes, Oldie.
Yeah, 9 minutes to post already, and we're going to be rapid fire. Not that much going on, so we're not going to be able to have all that much video, but we'll take you around, come up with some exactas, some trifectas like yesterday, maybe some doubles. I'm single to the 4 in the first race here. Horse is getting backed. This field is kind of terrible.
Terrible?
It is kind of terrible. I love the horse, the 8 horse who scratched out here. And, obviously is gone. The 9 horse can rate a little bit and is a little interesting. There is a bunch of speed here. One of the horses I liked, if you look at the notes here, bumped late rally, was still running, but came up empty. Here on the 7, the 7's a horse I would definitely be interested in a double, and I also like the 3 horse. But I wouldn't say I liked any of these horses all that much. would be the way I would put this. Did you have anything you liked here?
Yeah, I liked. I am single to the 4 here, the 3 here, Magical Mark in my pick 3 that's closing here.
Yeah, I'm probably going to use the 3, 7, and the 9 in a pick 3 or something like that here, because I do have some other horses I like. Not in the next race, unfortunately. I could have easily gone all here. Again, the horse I liked in this race scratched out. This happened in a bunch of races here, but I like if the 7 gets the pace here. So both the 2 and the 4 have to run. If the 7 gets the pace, I think the 7 could be an easy winner, or not an easy winner, but will get up in time and is a horse I like in race 8.
In race
as a pick 3 single.
Which one was that?
The 7 in race 8.
7 in race 8. Where was I?
9-2 on the morning line, 8-5 on the E morning line, 26% top E pick, top win percentage, top SOR. Only 2 of 10 at the distance, so that there is that. And again, it's really contingent on the 3 speed horses. So you have the 5 also, the 2, 4, and 5 all running.
Yeah, you're not going to like what I like here at all.
What do you like here?
Well, this will be leg 2 for the double I started in the last race, and then I got a ticket closing here.
Now that this is
I like
this is
race
race 8.
7. Yeah,
No,
right. No, I'm
race
talking
8.
about, yeah, race 8 is I believe the 3 and the 5. Yes, us. No, sorry, I don't get to race 8. Yeah, I haven't started anything yet. So
Okay.
race 8, I'll tell you who I do like in race 8, though, is, well, this was one that I have a note that says watch the board. Hey, Turf Monster, welcome.
Turf Monster, congratulations. Welcome to the team.
First 2 tickets. CD, pick 4, $50, paid $108. And Remington Park, pick 5, $96, paid $22.90. Very good. Welcome, Chuck. Those are reasonably priced as well. Love the 4 and the 8th. That's coming from our friend Dare, who is in our chat.
Yeah.
And who hit a nice, I believe, double today to your price horse number 1 in race 2 at the Big A.
Yeah, it's just a shame I couldn't have found a second price there. You know, I qualified that this whole thing could be really chalky before I put it out there, and of the 5 heavy chalks, 4 won.
Well, sure, I get that, but I mean I don't know what that double paid to start, but I know the pick 3
not as
paid.
good as you would think.
I know the pick 3 paid with
150.
Let me just pull this up here. It's like
It was 2 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 favorites in a 22 to 1 shot. It paid about a 150.
Yeah, 150 for $1. So if you play that cold for $10, single. I mean, the one was certainly worth the bet, right? It cost you $10, and you get back $1,500.
Well, and I told everybody why, too. That the 3 and the 5 had the sires on both those were not good on wet tracks, and the 1 was. So it was, and being top pace, and I think I don't remember if it was the long shot or not, but it was worth a play.
Yeah,
for sure.
Chuck is live to the 3479 here. Good luck to you, Chuck. I have the 3.
Those are the horses I like pretty much too. Here, if I was not singling.
All right. Do you have the video up where you can do the sound for this guy?
Remember, I can't do the sound because of the way the broadcast is.
All right.
I'd have to share that tab, which would then show the video. Because I'm on a headset, or set up another computer to play the sound, but it still wouldn't pick it up because I'm on a headset.
God forbid if we showed the video. The whole system would break down. Next thing you know, there would just be a bunch of YouTube streams and
chaos in the streets too.
Huh?
So I take it by your comment, you did not draft Devin a Shane or Kane or whatever his.
I did a chain. A chain is how it's pronounced. It's a chain, and I did draft him. And after his first 2 games where he did 0, I let him go. So, like I said, I'm in a league with a bunch of knuckleheads, so I just grabbed him back.
I'm the knucklehead who drafted him, and I mentioned this to Brad.
I saw it.
You saw that was the specific comment they hated. That was the specific draft pick in my D- draft grade that Yahoo called out as being my worst pick in the entire draft.
Yeah.
And said, well, maybe you know something we don't. And apparently I did. And if you read the scouting report, you would have known it too.
All right.
That's all I'll say on that.
Derek's got me talked into singling this 4 and pick 3. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm not missing anything while I go to post here. Race 6. Something wrong with the system?
What's going on?
I don't know. I just refreshed again and I'm not showing any data.
I mean,
I can click on things, but the screen don't come up.
I mean, the screen's still up there. I could refresh it, but hold on, give me a sec here. And then we'll
EE
take
is
a look
down.
at-
Chuck has said that EE is down. Perfect. Start the show. 12 minutes in, EE is down. Hit the
You
intercom
and I
button.
both work in technology. We know these things happen.
Yeah. Hit the, oh, you can't hit the intercom button. It's down. Brad, where are you?
Help me,
All right, well, I'm
Obi-Wan.
going to have to make a decision here, and I'm just going to have to live with this. So far, there's only been one winner, and it was 2-5 for the favorites. Everything else has been a price. The early double paid 90-1. They don't have rolling doubles. It's a very old school card betting menu.
It is, so that does not surprise me.
No.
Not a surprise at all.
All right, one more. Okay, Dare, you're on the hook now. Wagers are in.
Dare.
Okay, of course. Are we getting anywhere near now? They're circling around. You know, this is another, some of you might remember this. There was they had one of those jackpot wagers. And some guy hit it that night, I believe on track. And they didn't pay it out because he had a horse that scratched. And I can't remember if he had, if it gave him the favorite in that leg or not. But they said that it wasn't a perfect ticket due to the scratch. And it's still in court. That's why they don't. That's why they don't have a pick six anymore. You can Google it. The story is out there. Remington Park pick six. They had pictures of the ticket and the whole 9 yards. So, Wiz, as you can see, the green cup is out.
Is there a purpose in the green cup?
The green cup is, thank you, Wiz. It's back up just as they're loading. The green cup is where the good liquid goes, which tonight is
Magical Mark, Classic Rig,
Evan Williams Bond, white label.
Now Classic Rig.
Evan Williams Bond, white label.
James Bond?
No, not James Bond. It's bottled in Bond. Seven's like, I don't want to go in. Kip DeVille. Kip DeVille is a great horse. I made a bunch of money off that horse back in the day.
Do not know a Kip DeVille from a Sedan DeVille.
Fair enough. I got to believe there was some point in time a horse named Sedan DeVille.
That used to be a model of Cadillac when I was a kid.
I know it. I know what it is.
The Coupe DeVille, the Sedan DeVille, Corralo DeVille, all of them were Cadillacs.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought the 7 might do here. This is what I was worried about. Broke better.
Good like magic now. Battling for the front.
I don't worry about anything. I just watch and see what
The
happens.
second fight is 3rd Street emerging 4th. Power Slam now 5th. Tigers Barrett, a wide 6th. Then a gap of 8 back to the 2 maidens, Frankensteiner and Wreck-It. They're in their own separate.
I don't understand why those 2 horses were even in this race.
Good like magic by
It would have been great to have just a single heads up bet on those 2.
Back 3rd. Wide to the turn. Tigers and
Well,
Barrett.
if there's a jackpot, you could have played those 2.
No, just a separate bet.
It's good like magic.
Maiden against maiden. Race 6.
Isn't that something they used to do in Vegas, where you could have two horse matchup like that within a race? I think the Win still does that. Well, single home. You talked me into the right single.
Swinging very wide and rolling down by the plaza. Here comes Power Slam. Power Slam with it.
All right, so I lost the first pick 3. Started up 2 more here and have another one that'll be ending.
Hold on. Let me get my new little toy up here.
Oh, your new little toy.
Single home. Boom.
I don't know if you boom the.
Well, anytime you get a single home. It's a boom.
It'd be
especially
a boom.
At the start of a ticket, at the start of a show.
Yeah, that would be the graphic you would use if you singled like a 6-to-1 shot.
So, are you saying when we hit the $16,000 cross country or coast to coast with the 3 to 5 single in the first leg on the show, that doesn't, in retrospect, deserve a boom? Because you did boom it. I will say you boomed it. You had the boom emoji graphic thingy.
I know I did, but it's still, you gotta. Not everything's a boom. Some booms are bigger than others. That big boom would be like the fourth choice on your ticket in the last leg that pays $17,000. Cruella DeVille. Yeah,
Jay Kahn in the house, Dr. Jay Kahn.
That's another DeVille that we hadn't considered.
Yes.
Anyway, good start. Great start.
Yeah,
I'm off on my pick 3, so I'm happy. I just got to get to the 4 in race 8. Well, we're going to kick Dare out of the chat. No, kidding. Of course. I like that 4 a lot too, but.
Well, I'm on that 4. I mean, I use that 4. I shouldn't say I'm on that 4 in race 8, but I use that horse.
He's
lightly
good.
raced.
Yeah, and Dare's good like that. Like, he doesn't throw out 18 horses a day, right? There's like a couple, and those couple have good win percentage that is untracked, but at least feels good.
And our British friend Maddie likes Ancient Peace.
That's in race 9. I was going to ask you, because he has said that one lined up once he fed that in there. So we got to do something with that. We can do another.
It just looks like a horse that'll stop to me.
That's fine.
I mean, the GSR is great. I'm just talking out to you. I'm not saying, it's, the presence of this horse, and I actually really like this horse.
Okay, let me see the 8 again. It had a lot of yellow too, right?
A while back.
Okay, a while back.
The yellows against 56s.
Where did it run? What did it run last?
It ran on turf in the San Clemente. And it's also switching from Sadler to Brian Lynch.
Yeah, Bayron is doing riding well too.
I mean, it did have JJ at one time and didn't win with him.
Yeah, it was a grade 3 too. We're not running in a grade 3.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, is this a grade 3 in the 9th?
Yep.
Yeah, it sure is. Oh, I missed that. All right. Well, it's probably not as big as I would say the grade 3 than Del Mar probably had a little bit better competition than the one we're going to have tonight. But if the horse can get out and go, and you saw that yesterday with the Doug O'Neill horse at Parks, right? I mean, you get the right circumstances, you get the right rider, and off you go.
Yep. No, that's definitely a risk, and definitely something that I'm not ignoring. I used the 1, 2.
Find me 2 horses in the 2 preceding races. 2 horses you like.
Well, we already know that you like, or not. That Dare likes the 4.
In race 8, yeah. What's the other one other than the 4? Add one more.
I mean, for me, it's a 7. We have no idea how this board's going to play out. The 7 is it is low on the morning line and lines up to a lot of things, but is 9-2.
Mm-hmm.
And the 5 after scratches, the 5 is your favorite on the
Yeah.
morning line, which is the Asmussen and Rosario, your fade pair.
What's about the 9?
Yeah, didn't like the 9.
I mean, it's got to get one of the. It's got to get that right in the middle.
Yep.
To come home to win that one. The 3 yellow. It's got to get the ride in the middle.
Well, and maybe it's a horse for the course, and just like Sam Houston, because all those races came at Sam Houston. The moment it left, it went back to running like it did before it was at Sam Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, it was running against better.
Who's riding it? Who was riding it back then? We got the same rider.
Well, now, oh no, we have your old buddy from Sam Houston 2 years ago.
Leandro?
No, Iram Diego.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy.
That guy. Speaking of anchors.
Welcome to the.
And this horse has been around a long time, I feel like. 5 for 18 at the distance, 12 for 33 lifetime. So a nice horse.
All right. Well, we can't spend all day on this. Like we
got Golden Gate coming up in 2 minutes.
We got the 4. We know we like the 4, and we said the other one is going to be what, the 7?
Yeah.
Okay, 4, 7, 4, 7, and then 8.
We go from Ernie Banker to George Herman Ruth in this race at Golden Gate.
Yeah, I see Nick Alexander's got one in here. Did you put together a Golden Gate late pick 4?
I did not, but we can do one quickly. Yeah, let's do $12 because it's Golden Gate. Find ourselves a single.
Nope. It said no.
No. I mean, that sticks out to me. I just don't know. Let me look.
Here's another good way to try this. Go back to start new wager. Plug in, pick 4. Do it at a $5 base.
I'll do it that way, and you can just multiply it out.
No, if you do it the other way, it'll change it because you're going to give it a smaller budget or bigger budget. Pick 4, $5, $50 on the budget. See?
Yeah, let's look at these two.
I'm not saying you play it for $5.
Right.
I'm just saying this is how one of the things that I go through to go see what it does, because this is the only way I can force it not to do just almost straight win percentages at a 50-cent base. And it'll do that no matter what budget you put in there, because it'll just keep increasing horses on win percentage based upon your budget. Eventually, when you get to whatever it costs to do all, it'll pick up the last few 1%ers.
All right, well, I'm seeing that this too as being pretty solid.
Right?
In the last.
Okay, you got the video going. We should be getting close here.
No, we're good right now.
Okay.
But all right, so let's do that. Or you could, if you want to go 2x2.
2x2. Okay, look at this 8 in the first race. Can you get by with?
I'm rushing. Oh, let me add this horse here. Or not that one, the 3. Shoot.
Yeah, Ditterman is going to Oakland Park. He's been all over Twitter.
You want me to look at this 8? We're loading in the gate now. We're not going to have time to look.
Okay, did I get it in? I did. I got 8 all 2-2. It was $4.50 on a 50-cent base. Let's see if we can get lucky. Good luck if you guys got any wagers.
Coming up to the gate without the jockey, he goes in.
without the jockey.
Overrule in the Bass family colors.
I don't know why I have that up.
George Herman Ruth.
George Herman Ruth.
They've loaded George
Took
Herman
4
Ruth,
to lead.
waiting for Lord of Light.
It's just a question of if the 1 goes with the 4. If not, the 4 is could walk
Round out
on the front
field.
end here.
Table for 2. He goes in. We're ready to go. And they're off. Uneventful beginning. Blue Silver from
Eventful
the inside
beginning
put
for
into
me
play.
because the 1 went.
Overrule has speed as well. Hot Journey in the middle of that twosome is going to ease off, and Blue Silver strides in front. Overrule a bit keen to get after the pace setter. He's a neck behind, running in second. Hot Journey third, approaching the clubhouse turn.
Did the Babe call his shot though,
off
Bill?
the leader's fourth saving ground into the clubhouse turn. Lord of Light, Quality Cat are next, followed by Wrong Shot, and then comes George Herman Ruth. You kidding me? The trailer in the early stages, 9 or 10 lengths behind the front runner. Blue Silver, who makes his way up the backstretch in front, 3 parts of a length. Overrule right there on the outside, pressing the issue. Hot Journey racing alone third, then Table for 2 inside of Lord of Light. George Herman Ruth getting closer. He's now in mid-division alongside of Quality Cat. Wrong Spot down on the inside, 7 off the pace and a length and a half to the clear trailer at the back.
It's getting a lot to
Is
do.
You Kidding Me as they approach the far turn run. Blue Silver, the leader by 3 parts of a length still. Overrule the Southern California shipper right there into the turn. Hot Journey third, Table for 2, slipping inside of him. Lord of Light is sent along 3 deep, making up a little bit of ground. George Herman Ruth, the gray horse, is 5 behind. He's now being asked for more by Frank Alvarado. You Kidding Me? Quality Cat next. Wrong Spot drops out of it as they come down the lane. Blue Silver drops anchor. Overrule kicks on the front end. Hot Journey alongside it. A Price is running a big one. Quality Cat is kicking it into top gear on the outside, and here he comes. Quality Cat and Cristobal Herrera from towards the back to win it going away. Quality Cat wrapped up late. Hot Journey involved in the photo
we didn't
for
give
second
ourselves enough
with
time
Table for 2.
on that.
No,
Overrule
but
was fourth.
I can handle
George
losing
Herman Ruth.
$4.50 on those. Those don't annoy me. I don't even think about them. Remington, 15 minutes.
All right, what else do we have here? You want to take a look at Mountain Air and see if there's anything you like there?
No. The answer is no.
Used to be your favorite track.
It not my favorite out of the night tracks, yes, but it's just gotten too progressively worse. And yeah, I'd rather talk about Los Alamitos daytime than.
Well, let's look at Los Al daytime. I mean, we have 10 minutes to that and 14 minutes to.
3 races left there.
Yeah.
So you can do $1 pick 3 here. Obviously, there's no turf. 6-3 claimer in the next, and a 52K allowance in the last with the Baffert and a Hernandez. Also with Buck Owens, which is just notable for a cool name for a horse. Luca Grazzi is in.
Oh, I remember Cowboy Mike. Isn't he the horse that that bows out sideways in the stretch?
He's done that. Hey, Brad, where you at? Some fun living for Remington. Yes. Tell us what you got. Yeah, so it's an interesting last race. What is this 7? 7th.
But it is a Baffert with lone. That looks pretty much lone speed.
Yeah.
There.
So the first thing I want to look at is the Ronsky horse.
In which race?
this next one, the 7th at Los Al, the 3,
Okay.
Dancing Soul.
Just seems to get caught. That's my only concern about it. There is other speed here. 5. I mean, the system likes a horse that's currently sitting at 5-1, but it also looks like it needs the lead. But it is low sale, so you tell me.
Well, you got to remember the stretch is extremely long there.
Mhm.
So you're going to have to survive. Anybody that's won it a little longer, probably has an advantage if that was like recent.
So the
And
6.
not at the night. Not at the night. It's got to be during the day, because during the day is when they run around the whole thing.
The 6 horse had been going 6.5 at Del Mar, and let's see. So, and has run 1,000 yards at Los Al at night, but has wins at Santa Anita and Del Mar.
Yeah.
I mean, that horse to me looks tough here.
The 4 is first and second, 4 for 4.
The 4 who scratched.
No, sorry, the 3, Dancing Soul.
Yeah,
And
no,
2 for 3 at the SOAR. The GSR. The SOAR on this is the 2, right? That's the play. But it shot a go. Lead the way.
it looks like it would be the asterisk. Do you see it ever passing a horse?
No, but sometimes I don't trust what I see here to know if it
And
has
sometimes it could also get the lead. I mean, just because it doesn't have the highest pace number
Yeah.
doesn't mean it doesn't get the lead. If the 3 and the 5 break slowly, I mean, the 3 is not the greatest breaker, to use your quarter horse term there.
No.
5's not a great breaker either.
Okay, so I'm going to include the 3. Who's the other one? Because I need 2 horses here.
Well, for me, it's the 3 and the 6.
The 3 and the 6. Okay. And then the 3 and the 6, and the other 2 were the 4 and the 7. And in the 7, 8, 9th race, who was it? The 8? No, we don't have an 8 in there.
It was the Cowboy, the 6 horse.
Was that Maddie's? Which one was Maddie's?
Your Maddie's was at Remington, not here.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss that. All right. So if I do a pick 3 there with those 2 horses, 3, 6, 4, 7 with the 6, I've got 15-1 and 8-5, and the Baffert horse will take all the money. So I really need to hit one of either the 3 or the 4. $2, it's $8. If you do it at a $2 base. Done.
See, I did a $5 base here. But let's do this at a more reasonable base now. Let's say a $2 for $15.
3,
6, 5, 7, 8. I'll add your 4. The question is, no, see, here's the thing. You probably have to have this one horse who's the long shot. Let me see what I like or don't like in the rest of these.
Use your first instinct. It's usually your best.
No, actually, if I did that, I would have singled in the last at Remington instead of in the first race.
True.
Sometimes you need. Yeah. I will say, and you're not going to like to hear this, but top 2 picks on dirt, 64% when they align. 7 also is the top SOR, so that one's 44% on its own.
Okay, so you're 5, 7, 8, and the 6. 5, 7.
I'm 3, 6. No, I'm 3, 6, 7, 8, 6 right now.
All right, I'm just going to do the same thing I did before. 6, 4, 5, 7, 8 to the 6.
All right, and I'm going to play what's on the screen.
Yeah, I already have the 6 in that same combination. I mean, the 3 in that same combination. So this will help me press it up if some of the likelies finish.
6, 7, 8, and then I said 6.
You'll still be surprised what some of these pay. Not everybody's figured out the.
I'm going to pay that for $5. So it's a $20 ticket for pick 3.
There you go.
Got 3 minutes to post there. Mountaineer just went off. And we're 7 minutes to Remington. Let's take a look at the board at Remington in the meantime.
Yeah. Why would you not play the... I can't read his whole comment here.
Why would you not play the computer ticket asking for a friend?
The one that just spits out, Charles? Is that what you're asking? Just click the button and then play that? If that's your question, then my answer would be because I haven't really, if that aligns specifically what I was thinking before it spit out, maybe, but for the most part, I would probably need to work through that with the handicapping, because like I said, it's going to, under normal circumstances, take a deeper look at the win percentages in terms of horses to use. But there'll be new things coming with that soon.
And I'll tell you what Scotty would say about that too, is the tool doesn't exist to make picks for you. It exists to help you put a ticket together that combines what the system tells you and what the metrics and everything, and what your own opinion is. And there are definitely tickets that you just play the computer tickets and they win. That definitely happens. But if you can, even now, I mean, we used to say if you could make 1 or 2 changes or additions to the ticket generator, it greatly improves the odds of winning. That's you have to make a few more changes with this version of the ticket generator. But I will say also, if you can find 1 or 2 horses that the ticket generator might miss, you're going to greatly improve your chance of winning.
Correct. That's the way it has to be used these days.
Yeah.
But there's the new GSR has been announced, so that's coming out, and that was I think Scotty said a 9% improvement over what it is today, and that 7 horse last night at Remington from the show we did yesterday shows that it, based upon, I don't remember what it was, but it was a nice 9% bump with some algo stuff. So I don't remember when. I think it was this week that he was going to release it, but I'm not sure.
I'm not. I never take those dates as solid, because
I know.
Well,
I know
if it doesn't meet his testing benchmark, he'll wait. And which, since people are risking money, I 100%.
Oh yeah.
Encourage him to continue to do that.
Yeah. Well, whenever it comes out, he'll tell us, and it'll be out on Twitter.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw today, but the Miami Dolphins had a chance to break the all-time regular season points record for a single game, and chose to kneel on the ball instead of kicking the field goal. 72 points is the record. 73. They had a chance at 73 with about a 42-yard field goal.
Oh man, I'd have kicked it.
Yeah, I mean, I would. And here's the thing: he was playing Sean Payton, and when he had Drew Brees, if he were in that position, he 100% would have kicked that field goal.
Yeah.
But that was a crazy game. I mean, Mozart and a Shane. I keep messing that up. I think it's a Shane, or a chain.
It's Shane.
They had 4 touchdowns each,
Uh-huh.
which is insane.
Yeah. Well, he I don't remember how many completions did he have in a row, like 16 or his first 17, something like that.
Yeah, something like that sounds right. And yeah, and Tyreek Hill was killing everybody too. Yeah, Scott, the Bears are pathetic. I'm glad to be doing the show instead of watching that misery right now. But I did see that that Kansas City seemed to have called the dogs off, so to speak, and took Mahomes out.
Yeah, won't worry, risk him getting hurt.
And the Bears had possibly the worst week in the history of a football franchise this week, with the announcement that the initial announcement that their defensive coordinator was leaving for personal reasons. Then the report that the FBI raided his house and Hallis Hall, and then the report that, well, they didn't exactly raid Hallis Hall. Then he hired a criminal lawyer, and now they're saying, well, he was fired for personnel reasons.
Well,
And on top of that, a bunch of their greenkeeping equipment for the lawn at Soldier Field got stolen.
I saw that. They also were quick to point out it wasn't ours; it was the landscape.
The park districts. Yeah, we're blaming the as in one of my fantasy leagues, I changed my team name to the defensive coordinator's name and the lawn service because we're jokingly saying that that he stole it and that's why he was let go. And he's starting his own lawn service. So, but on top of that, you had Justin Fields accusing the coaches of bad coaching. The coaches accusing him of bad playing.
Yep.
So not exactly a quality week. We're at 0 minutes to post.
Yep. They're going to the gate. Brad, good luck with your late pick 4s at Remington.
The 7 won at Los Al, so nothing that we had.
The 7-1 at Los Al, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we had any part of the 7, did we?
I mean, unless we're looking at the wrong race at Los Al, because sometimes the times are off. Let me see if I can.
No, 7. It's resulted. Yeah. No, the 7. We didn't have the 7. I had this. We had the 6.
Yeah.
Shanghai Surprise.
All right.
All right.
So we're going in the gate at Remington. That's what we have here. We're crossing into the turf course here.
Yeah, I just turned on this sound. I'll be right back.
Coolies and Mares making their way to the gate. Last chance to wager.
Last chance, guys. I mean, you probably still have like 3 to 5 minutes by the time we get this loaded, but maybe 3.
Field now moving behind the gate, ready to load. Number 2, Stelazar will have the rail and step up. In a moment, Aramia steps off. We'll get out of the way as Stelazar will go into the gate first. She is in. Aramia to climb up.
I don't think I was that inaccurate with my time prediction.
Alan Hideaway is there.
Oh, maybe.
Free data. Family time. Medalla match. Annie Song.
Anybody know who Rick is?
2 left to load. A lot of Mo.
Or Rick's?
It's Rick's Memorial. You know, Rick.
Yeah. Who's Rick, though?
I don't know.
A lot of Mo, slow to load.
And they're off.
Ugh. I'm so far behind.
Yeah, I don't understand it, actually.
Outside, tempo
We gotta work on the other workstation this
all
week.
in. They're off in the Rick's Memorial. Good start from Medalla match coming away sharply. Any Song now moving right along toward the outside. Island Hideaway coming out strongly along with Family Time. The Medalla match takes him to the oval first there by a little more than a length. Any Song is second. Battle for third. Stelazar inside. Island Hideaway to the outside as they pass the line first time. Family Time takes back a bit, moving up the rail into a pocket. This free data. The trailer's Whole Lot of Mo and wide. Templar Red. They're bunched up. 6 lengths will cover the lot. The Medalla match has the advantage going into the turn by 2. To the outside, Any Song by a head second. Stelazar inside third. Now moving up outside into the 4 path. Island Hideaways to go to the backstretch. Free data has a little more room now in 5th. Family Time's a wide 6th.
I don't know Remington to know how fast this pace is.
Red. Medalla match has had her way so far up the backstretch by a length. Any Song continues to track. Stelazar
I like
inside.
the spot of my
Hideaway to the
5 and
outside.
3.
Half mile to go in the Ricks. The gray, free data right there waiting to the outside. Island Hideaway, patient with her. And at the back, now Templar Red's going to step things up and try to get away from Whole Lot of Mo. They continue to be bunched up with 3 furlongs left.
They're not
One
going
far
too
turn.
fast
Down
there,
match all
but
the way so far on the lead. And now opens up by a length and a half. Any Song swings out to try to keep up. Stelazar is third. Quarter mile to go in the Ricks. Medalla match on top still. No threats yet. Any Song's going to try as they straighten away.
You're not going to be happy.
I'm sure.
In third. Whole Lot of Mo. Then free data. Furlong to go. Race on in the Ricks. Medalla match and Any Song threatening. Medalla match finds more. Medalla match gets away from Any Song. Final yards. One more try. Any Song can't do it. Medalla match takes the Ricks all the way around to win it by a neck. And
well.
That was a chance at the bomb there.
Well, the pick 3. Let's see. I had 7 bets, I think, going. So that pick 3 does not cash. So that's 2 that didn't cash, and then I have the 2, the 4, all to the 4, and then the 4, 3, 5, 4 was the other ticket. So I've got all of them in the next 3 and the 5 are the 2 that I would like to hit going into the 4 and race 8. Golden Gate out.
Didn't mean to knock that off the screen. I was a little concerned that this could go chalky. We're headed that way. All right, so we got Golden Gate coming up.
Yeah, the 4. Wire to wire. The 5 gave it a run. 5 was surprised there too.
5 would have been a boom.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It would have been 360 booms for me. Specifically, 362, I think. All right, where are you at? Golden
I guess
Gate?
I can't play a $2, $5 pick. So it's telling me I like the 8. I had already done this, and I like the 8, which I do not. I mean, to me, this race is pretty much an all. It's all non-winners of 1.
It's an all race, race 8?
No, race 6 at Golden Gate. Look at your screen.
Race 6, okay. Let me just take a quick look at the workout reports. 3 1-star horses. First thing I'd look at is the 3. I remember looking at this one this morning. I know this is a 4K crap race, but I did know I wanted to do something with the 3.
I mean, your top win percentages are the 8, 7.
Is the what?
I mean, even your win percentages are spread out here. The 8's your top win percentage at 29%, but is 0 for 13 lifetime. And really not making an impact against 42s and 48s. On the dirt is moving here, is getting 10 points in GSR, and did win its only race on synthetic.
Who'd you like in the next?
For me, it was just the 2 and the 3 here.
2 and the 3. Okay. That's good enough for me.
I mean, I think maybe you have to keep this 10 in mind too, the Vronsky. I missed this earlier, but that's a lot of yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the 3 and the 2.
Who is the most yellow? The 10?
I mean, I think so. We can go through and click and make sure. But I think so.
All right, you're gonna convince me to do one more.
I'm going to convince myself to single this 2 horse in the last. Where was the other one that I saw that had a bunch of yellow? It was this horse for Steve Sherman and well, now Ramos, but hasn't run since.
Charles says 8417. That's what he.
8417 is what Charles likes.
Well,
Oh no, he likes 8 over 4517.
I was thinking that was his double. Maybe that's his exacta.
No, I think that's an exacta. Yeah.
Tell us what that is, Charles. Is that an exacta or a double?
4.
It's got to be an exacta. There's no 1 in the next
race. Yeah. I don't like the 1. Do I like this 4? Probably-ish. Let's look at some stuff here. Who's the second GSR? The 2 horse. Beat 30s, didn't run here. I'm gonna run out of time again if I keep talking to myself. So 4, 7, 8, 2, 3. What was the 2, 3, 10? 2 is the way I'm gonna play the pick 3.
It's $9 for $1.
Did we miss that race already?
I got mine in.
There it is. It just somehow came out of my favorites.
Tony says the 4 is single in the last.
Right, let me get
is Tony right?
Here.
I don't know. EE top pick, not top win percentage.
Yeah, I'm not going to get mine in time. There's
On this
0% chance that I'm going to get that in time.
Well,
Even with the slowest load in horse racing.
Get the volume up.
Coming up to the game. Goes in. Hop Lombardo. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
All right. I went all 2, 3, 10, 2.
And we're off.
All 2, 3, 10.
Pretty uneventful beginning. Mucho
For
Machismo
50
in
cents.
red, white, and blue
13.50.
gets the first call, is out alertly, getting over towards the rail and has the lead approaching the clubhouse turn. Mucho Machismo with a clear lead as a wall of horses stack up right behind him.
And that was also a product of me having to be very quick to get something.
The second spot.
Yeah, I get it.
Lombardo. Then comes Dance Company back and forth, well placed.
Try and just use your
Another
phone.
length and a
Sometimes
half to Dark
that's what I do.
Mystery.
It's quicker.
Daddy's Darling Boy in the red cap running in midfield, a length in front of Dance till 10, 4 back to take the 210, and Cooper Klimp usually on the lead. Today he is dead last. Cooper Klimp will have to pass them all in 5 furlongs. They're down the back stretch. Mucho Machismo and Santos Rivera lead the charge, a length and a tail. Algeria in the second position, tracking intently, is backed off the pace setter with a
all right,
half
you
mile
think the
left to go.
8 wins from here, Oldy?
Third,
It
Dance
looks
Company
like
to
it,
the
doesn't it?
outside approaching the turn. And then there's 2 runners together. Dark Mystery inside of Daddy's Darling Boy, who claims the 5th spot. Dark Mystery retreats to 6th under pressure around the turn. Dance till 10 has lost position under a hard ride.
I mean, he looks relaxed.
3 deep
We'll
and a
see if
length and a
he
half to Cooper Klimp.
has anything
Patiently
left
ridden
when he
at the back.
asks.
He's well behind though, about 8 or 9 behind.
6
as
looks
they come
like
to
he's
the
going to
top of the
hang.
stretch. Mucho Machismo trying to see it out for the final 3/16.
4 probably has some noise.
Mucho Machismo with a nice
Nope.
kick. He's opened up
6.
3. Op Lombardo couldn't keep up. Dance Company is picking up stride now. He's in the second position. Mucho Machismo the leader. Dance Company trying to reel him in.
4 is going to get there,
Machismo,
but
100
easily
yards
could have
to go.
gotten
He's
to
getting
this without
desperate. He's
playing them all.
almost there, and he's not going to, as Dance Company steals the lead late and wins. Dance Company, another win for
And that's why that
Espinosa
horse is one
today.
for
Second, Mucho
whatever it was
Machismo.
lifetime.
Cooper Klimp from well.
I mean, I would have been in much better shape playing what it was on my screen. I just didn't have time to get it there.
4, 7, 8 there, 2, 3, 10, and then the 2 in the last.
Yeah. I mean, the 7 blowing the brake changed that race too.
Yeah.
But still, the 4 was good enough. So you have a 0 for 12 horse beating an 0 for 13 horse there.
Yeah.
And next we either have Mountain Air or Prairie Meadows.
Prairie Meadows.
Prairie Meadows.
Is Remington on like a post-time drag?
Remington's next post is 16 minutes from now.
The David M. Vance.
I will say there's an interesting horse at Prairie Meadows here. The 2 horse.
Mm-hmm.
Currently sitting at 8 to 1. I doubt it's going to stay there.
How many minutes? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
We're 10 minutes from the last.
16 minutes. 10 minutes from, or 9 minutes from Prairie Meadows. We're 15 now from Remington.
And we're 10 minutes from Loselle, too.
Yes, correct.
That's a 15. It's a 6 claimer.
It is a 6-5 claimer.
We had something in here before that we didn't move on with. I had one where I liked the 4 and the 7, and then with I think the 4 that we had combined was the 4, 5, 7, 8 to the 6.
You're gonna have to pound this.
Okay, so this is probably a good exercise to do. So I know we can't show these on screen yet, but I think we're going to be able to soon, but just tracking. It's a $2 daily double. And we know we were like the 6th in the next race. So
Right.
figuring out what price we want and what is that horse and can we live with it is like probably for me the bet here. Because we like the 6, we're not gonna get anything near on that.
Yeah.
So I think it was the 4 and the 7 we talked about here a bunch.
You like the 4 here.
Yeah, the 4. I did like the 4. Where did I like that from? Let me look at the notes on the 4. And then while I'm doing that, go back to Prairie Meadows and talk that one through.
All right, so Prairie Meadows, you have this 2-horse, top pace, second choice, second win percentage.
Yeah.
Frankly, epic. Some yellow there, beat 50s, beat 42s. You know, is winning races by open lengths. You have your favorite, the 1-horse. No, I'm sorry, the 3-horse, who's the long shot. It's the favorite, and has been facing better, but does appear that it needs the lead. So its last win came August 28th, 2022, and it came on the lead.
Mm-hmm.
So that this might be a good chance if the two can. They're both fast. If the two can get the lead here, this might be a chance to get a price in second and get a nice exacta out of this.
If the 2 stays at 5-1 at this place, I'm just going to make a win bet and try and be right once on 1 horse.
Well,
And
there's
not
always a
look-
first time.
Huh?
I said there's always a first time.
I hear you, but that's kind of where I would go with that.
Yeah.
And if you're saying the 2, well, we'll track that price as we get there. But
I mean, what the morning line says 5-2 is
Yeah.
where this horse should have been. That this 5 seems to have done its best running years ago as well. Doesn't really go by anybody. That's currently at 8-5.
mm-hmm.
It's either one of these horses on the lead or one of the 1 or the 4 pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
And neither of them have the class to really be all that dangerous. The 2 has a win at this distance. The 3 has a win at this distance. That's it.
That's Prairie Meadows. Let me get my wager pad activated.
Yeah, you don't waste your time.
What?
Whoever, I don't know if it was somebody in our chat or late money, but the 2 is now 4-5.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, we can wait a minute and see if somebody cancels that bet, but
Is Scotty
probably
watching?
there was not a lot of money in that pool. So, if any of the money was coming from us, it may have affected that. Let me see what's being bet at Prairie Meadows here.
Well, Scotty did tell us yesterday that he does drop in from time to time and watch us. So if he made a Scotty bet, then that could have done that.
No, there's only $1,000 and right around $2,000. So it's $1,700 in the win pool.
Yeah.
So somebody probably just dropped like couple $100 bet in there, and
Somebody like Tony.
yeah, or Wiz.
Or Wiz, yeah. Or Jay.
No, Jay's more of the 50-cent pick 3.
Remington. All right, so
Let's see if that's just in the win pool, or if somebody drops something into the exacta and Quinella pool. So 2-1 is paying $20 for $2, so 10-1. pretty much across the board, you go between 10-1 and 15-1 on the 2.
At Prairie Meadows?
Yeah. The Quinella, so that this is interesting.
Huh.
The 2-3 Quinella is paying almost that would be 18-1. The 2-4 Quinella is paying 25-1. So if you're not playing the 2-1 exacta or the 2-1 Quinella, right now the Quinella was paying better on the 3 and the 4, but as I talked, that got bet down, and now the exact is paying better. All right, let's see if we can figure out maybe a double then. So again, you're looking at about a 12 to 14-1 to the anything else in the next race.
8-6 is paying 8-1. 7-6 is paying 5-1. 5-6 is paying 20-1.
Where are you quoting from?
This is from TVG. 4-6.
No, I'm talking about Prairie Meadows.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going through the Los Al ones. They were much more exciting than the Prairie Meadow ones. 4-5.
I'm sure.
7-8.
All right, let's see. Let me look at Los Al, see if there's anything.
Well, I just did 4-5-6. Same bad. Double at Los Al, and I'm getting another one in now on the 8-6.
So 7.
Trying to beat the 7, obviously. That's only paying 5-1.
Yep.
I'm a little bit more greedy. The Prairie Meadows race. Which one's going to go off first? Let me bring up the Los Al one.
I think Los Al's going off first, but it just depends on how quickly they load. And with Prairie Meadows, unless that comes back up, we can keep an eye on it. But, if I were to take a shot here, I might take a shot on the 1.
Ha! That's what Charles just said in the chat. Los Al, big bet on the 1 win place.
I mean, just looking at it, there is some other speed here. It doesn't have the same class level as the 7 or the 8, or the 7 at least.
50-1 on the 1-6 double. I'll have some of that.
I'll join you for that one.
Almost. It's at 119 right now. 1-6 double.
Double 1-6.
And then I'll sit.
Mario Gutierrez is riding the 9 horse. Is that something we should be paying attention to?
No. I mean, sure, if it wins.
Over 3 at the distance. Really don't see anything there. They're only 8%. So one other angle here is the jockey trainer on the 2 horse, who's 13-1. They win at almost a 30% clip, 28%.
Yeah, this is just riding on the big track and going a little bit further.
I'll take $5 on that too, in a double. No,
Two,
we're off.
six.
I didn't get it in.
Okay.
Because I got the message the race is off. The 1 did get the lead we expected. The 7 and the 8 are coming for him.
Going fast, and so
And
is Cheddar picking
are
up
gone.
down the outside, 5 abreast at the end of the furlong. 2 lengths to Awesome Heights on the inside of the 3-year-old Midnight Lightning, and around the dial goes back to the tail. 3.5 furlongs to go. Bound to Bet on the inside, just in front. But the challengers are coming thick and fast. Midnight Specials pushing through. Big Cheddar's out, particularly
7.
wide. Bound to Bet drops to 3rd now. Majestic Wind is the grey alongside him, followed by Awesome Heights, Abaddon. Midnight Lightning to the extreme outside. 3/16 left to go, and Midnight Special has kicked away, leads by more than 2 lengths. Big Cheddar second from around the dial, then Awesome Heights and around.
Prairie Meadows, the 4-horse one.
Midnight Lightning, but Midnight Special has
I
drawn
believe.
a long way in front. A double for Ramon Vasquez will put him into a tie and come to the
All
standing.
right, go away, Michael Rona. Thanks for the bad news. All right, well, the 1 gave us a brief thrill.
3 minutes to post at Remington now.
Oh, hey. Where was the Maddie race here? Race 9?
No, race.
Huh?
Yeah, race 9. Yes.
Okay.
This was the dare race.
Oh, okay. So I want to do a
Dare to Maddie.
Yeah.
Double.
They don't do a double here. You got to do a pick 3, 4.
It drives me nuts why you can't do a double every race.
I know. The Maddie's horse was the 8, Ancient Peace. And then, this is the one we were all over the place. Chumbarumba, the 4.
He gets knocked out, and he gets up again.
Up again. I want to go one more inside, so I'm just going to use Raise Cane. I'll do that for $2. That's a $6 wager.
Chuck likes the 2 in this race at Remington. Did I wipe the ticket out again? I may have. So let me.
I hope so.
I mean, I'd like the 2 too. I was just making sure. At 19-1, 18%. This may be another one of those the system just knows things horses.
Which one?
The 2, 8 for 24 at the distance. 18% to win, second win percentage. Beat 70s by 2 2/4 lengths last time out.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously this is a non-graded stakes race. So, in theory, this should be a tougher group, even if it's not. And we also hit the 5 for Asmussen. The 9 was a little interesting. What's interesting on the 2 is it can rate a little bit. It's fast, but can rate. Now let's see where we are gate-wise. Minute to post. I am going to leave you to talk for a minute here about what you're doing, and I'm going to take a quick pit stop before our next race.
All right. We're just checking to see what I had here. I think I'm live. Yeah. To the 4. And I have the 4 and the 7 here, I think, in the pick 3 or 4, whatever it was. Four, 7 here in the pick 4. All right, 3 races left. Let's go. What did he leave me on the screen with here? Okay, we at least got the so that was his late pick 5. He's 2, 4, 5, 7 here. Bringing up this race. How did everybody do in football today? You're right, Chuck. The price is right on the 2. The strength of race is good on the 2 as well. I mean, it's hitting all the marks there. Probably needs some level of a trip. Same Chuck. Where are they at? Walking out to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody do well in football today or fantasy? The chat group bringing the odds down on the 2. Yeah, it appears that way. Well, we could all use a 12-1 winner every once in a while.
Yeah. Sure,
Right?
we could.
I mean, one of those a show would be good. Let's take a look at the workout reports on the 8. 2 so. But not working bad. Win place show on the 8, Tony says. Empire of Gold. The infamous In Case of Scratches horse.
Tony, what do you like about the 8 here? Or Charles, I'm sorry.
Well, if we're talking
Other
about
than it's 25-1.
Talking about the 2, the 8, and we talked about the 4, right? Those were the 3 horses. The Dare horse, the Chuck horse with Empire of Gold. So $6 exacta. I'm guessing those all are paying pretty well. Yeah, 2.8, 166. Then you can get your boom thing ready. We have another Tony O.
Yeah.
Why you have 2 sore, 1 app? Oh.
So 1 sore is and I talk about this in my class. 1 sore is the surface distance sore. So it's the average of the last 3 races run at the surface and distance, and the other one is the overall sore for that horse.
And point out which one is which.
I will as soon as the race is complete. Come on, 2. Come on, 2.
They're off. The Vegas. Good start. Experiment right there early. Toward the outside coming on. Vernon Hunk of Love. Splitting rivals. Amos Moses Hart. Also at the rail. It makes sense. Stayed in for half. The forward player as well. They're on the lead now. Just under 5 furlongs left.
Yeah. Whoever said the 8 appears to be right.
American Experiment at the rail. It makes sense. And wide, Vernon Hunk of Love. So 5 within a length and a half of the lead. Just under a half to go. Empire of Gold, very wide, 6th. Gap of 4 to Ernie Banker.
Great call.
Albizu, opening quarter fast.
I'm out.
6, 3 furlongs to go. And the battle up front continues. Empire of Gold now swinging wide and coming on as Vernon Hunk of Love backs up. Amos Moses Hart's backed out of it as well. Empire of Gold wide but rolling. It has the lead at the quarter pole. It's Empire of Gold.
I forgot about that 7 running late. The 7 got there.
Experiment trying to come on. Vernon Hunk of Love after fading in the turn, coming back on strongly.
Well, all talk, pretty much. I mean, there were definitely some.
So is Vernon Hunk of Love, and so is Albizu from the back. Race on in the advance. Here comes Vernon Hunk of Love. Here comes Albizu, even wider. These 2 to the line. Albizu gets up in the advance by a head over Vernon Hunk of Love.
Perfect setup for the 7. The 7 was only 2 of 10 at the distance, but the this pace setup, going 21, about 21 and a half, 44, sub 45 there. Definitely set it up for the late running.
Well, the 8 was a tease, wasn't it?
It was. I prematurely said whoever said the 8 is a genius, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot that 7's the late running horse. But all chalk pretty much. 5 was the 5 and the 7 went off as co-favorites there. 4 was also 2-1, or 5-2. I'm sorry. So let's see if you had a pick 3 there. It paid 15.30 to the 7, which isn't awful.
All right. Well, I was 4-7 there, so that will work.
Got Golden Gate coming up. I did it again and cleared the ticket out. But Golden Gate, we like the 2, 3, and I like and there was a lot of yellow on this 10 horse. 10's currently sitting at 9-1. I may just play a win bet on the 10 horse.
Golden Gate. I have the 2, 3, and 10 here.
Number 7 out, bees.
Thank you, Dale. You do good work out there. Yeah, Brad. I wouldn't bet on the Raiders to win. Last week I had Buffalo in the survivor pool, so that kind of tells you about that. But yeah, I still root for the Raiders for sure.
The Raiders.
Okay, yeah, he wants to go back
okay.
and show you where.
All right, so this is the same. I'm going to give you the same exact talk I give the class. So,
and I'll go get a soda.
SOAR, which is strength of race. So there's actually 3 spots where SOAR is important and listed here. So you have the surface distance SOAR, which is under the GSR tab, and you can sort it with the sorter here. But that is telling you in the last 3 races if they've gone 3, it's an average of the last 3 races. At the surface and distance, this horse has faced an average of 58. You see, it's different than the overall SOR. The overall SOR doesn't care about the surface and distance. It's just taking an average of I believe it's the last 3 races as well, but it may be it may be the last 5 races now for the surface distance, or I'm not sorry, not the surface distance, the main SOR, and this is what I'm referring to as the main SOR. You can also click on these little I buttons here for explanations. Now, I mentioned that there's a third SOR, and that SOR is the current race SOR. So that's telling you, based on the horses that are in this race and how well they've performed in the past and their SORs, that this race is rated as a 54. Okay, so you have some 56 horses going into a 54, so that's a slight drop. In theory, a slight drop in class, and you can come in here. We can see this horse has actually been running against 58s, so it's dropping 4 points in SOR rating, basically. So in theory, this is an easier group than what this horse has been facing. Make sense?
It does to me. I think Bill said the same thing in the chat. So
yeah. And again, these I buttons that are here, these information buttons, if you're not sure what something is, you can click here. You can also click there. That they're all over the place. But you can also click on the intercom here and send a message if you have a question. And there's also a search or a help function, a frequently asked questions within the intercom function as well. So
Yeah.
there's many ways to get answers here, and people are happy to answer and help out.
And if you want Oldie's cell phone number, just hit me up in the chat.
And when you call me, I'll give you Chris's as well. As well as the electronics for his Florida pass for Disney World as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we should be going into the Golden Gate pretty soon here.
Is the red light on?
The red light could be on. I can't tell.
Well, the camera usually shows us.
Yeah, but we might have missed it though.
One of two runners for Tapawada Racing Stables, the other being one pro who takes his spot. Stones River has loaded.
Currently at 11-1 on the 10 horse.
So there's 3 runners in the gate. Caisson, post position 4.
Caisson.
Table for 10 goes in. Robbie, post 5, Auspicious Style.
See, we never saw the light flashing.
Waiting on Birth of Cool.
So do you think they're going to actually stop racing at Golden Gate?
Birth of
Or do you think there was something they wanted that they got?
Silent Sunday to the outside post.
Obviously, they can't sell the land, so
the group
they're not going to get
Super
what the land's worth. But they knew that a long time ago.
But now they're saying they're running through basically the spring meet, which ends in
to come up to post.
Yeah, they'll run till June when the fair circuit takes over. If they didn't have to deal with the fair circuit, they would have continued.
For Stones River from the inside, hustled along to get forward
position.
Took a
tumble
Sunday also drifted out coming out of the gate. So those two, the inside-outside runners, both with bad beginnings, and Stones River has recovered after that stumble to get to the front. Had to use some energy to get there, but he's on the lead today from Robbie second and Auspicious Style off of them in third. Birth of Cool, the Southern California Invader, gets to the rail into the clubhouse turn, while Super Mazel's right behind him. Table for 10 is next alongside of Heat and Reheat. Silent Sunday towards the back, and the 2 at the rear there together. One fast bro, he's inside of Caisson. Up the back stretch they run.
But yeah, I do think
Stones River, the pacemaker, by 3 parts of a length. Robbie pressing on the outside right there second. A length and a half to Auspicious Style. Birth of Cool to his inside. Then comes Super Mazel. Silent Sunday in midfield. 5 behind along with Heat and Reheat. Table for 10 third last. Caisson on a hold second to last. One fast bro is down on the rail. He'll have to pass him on a half mile and make up 7 lengths as they start to pack up approaching the 4-turn run, and Stones River is dropping back. Stones River losing position, and Stones River's done. He's not going to hit the board. Around the 4-turn, Robbie has inherited the lead here. Auspicious Style alongside has not been asked for his best yet. Table for 10 in an all-out drive here. Caisson from 4 out of it is launching a rally on the outside of joint third at the top of the lane. Birth of Cool losing position. Then Heat and Reheat. One fast bro getting into the race, but he's
get out of our way. Stay up.
Style.
Stay up.
With Robbie, who's game from the inside. Auspicious Style. Robbie will not go away. These two in a slugfest as they come to the line. And Auspicious Style gets it for Alexander Chavez.
All right, now can I hit the boom?
Yeah, yes, you can.
And then Caisson and one
Absolutely.
fast bro in the photo for 4th.
You've earned
hit
this.
The boom.
Boom. Yeah. Very well done. That is a boom. 10-1 is a boom. I have that in the pick 3. That's one of the pick 3s you put up on the screen.
Yep. Well, I had that in the pick 3 as well.
Did you?
Even though I got the favorite in the all leg.
I didn't go all there.
Remember, I was rushing to get something in, but I had the win bet there as well.
Photo and race number 7.
All right. Well, that makes it so we're down to the 2 in the last race.
So part E, I believe it's $79.99 for a monthly. And I can look. Hold on. While we're waiting for Remington here, since this is the kind of the coziness of a show like this is we can actually, you ask a question, we can give an answer. So let's see, how do I get there?
What was the big tell on the 10?
All the yellow.
Yeah. A lot of yellow.
Yeah, so unlimited elite is $79.95. And as Scotty mentioned, you know, it was just, as Scotty mentioned, I believe he said that unlimited elite will stay that price.
Second, number 5,
If you're
Robbie.
currently a
Third, number 2,
subscriber, it
Table
won't
for
go
10.
up. So
Fourth, number 3,
there is a
Fast
Prime
Row.
package
Fifth,
coming
number
that's going to
14,
have a lot of
Sod.
other
10, 5,
stuff.
9, 3, 4.
I'll
10,
wait
5,
for
9, 3,
Scotty
4,
to
your top
announce
5
the
race set.
add-ons and things like that.
Yeah.
But good stuff
At
coming.
$80. If you do any kind of regular betting with an ADW, that should also get you all free past performances and
Yeah,
all that.
This race is now official.
but I will say,
the 10, one of the ones it was one of those horses to add in case there were any. Am I on the right race? Make sure I give you the right info.
not on the right race. Here we go. So if I go to the 10 here, first of all, the horse is 7 of 18 lifetime, 2 of 1 at the 1 of 2 at the distance, not 2 of 1. But you know, you see it's beating 52s here. It's run pretty well. In the past, when it's broke okay, I can't talk all of a sudden. And has some grit to it too. So
I think for me, this is the Moneyball scene. You know, when they say, "Well, what do you like about this guy?" He gets on base. And what did you like about the 10 horse? He wins races. So if you get him in a battle of some sort, he's a horse that can win these battles. That was the long shot angle on the 10. You know, you can find some things in the metrics in terms of GSR and where it's placed and whatnot. The workout reports didn't have any real negativity on the horse. And, you know, a lot of these are trips as well. So,
and a lot of these were just horses that don't like to win.
Yeah.
You know, you look at lifetime, you have one horse in here with 7 wins, and either he wins or doesn't finish in the money at all. He's never finished in the money without winning. And it's up on the screen right now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't hang very much when he's in a winning mood. It's either fourth or nothing.
It's the Ricky Bobby theory. Either first or last.
Yes, and Brad does make a good point, Oldy. There are daily, weekly single track. I think the cheapest one's like $4.95 for one track on one day.
I don't think the single track exists anymore.
There's a single track, single day that you can do. And then you can do a day pass. There's a weekend pass. There's plenty of things. No Australian races, just in the States and Canada.
There may be something to announce in let's say the next 6 months or so, hopefully on that. But that's an announcement, not a release. But you know, it's contingent on a bunch of things. So, and the difficulty is just getting the data for that. I've had a lot of conversations.
It's getting the data and the setup right now that I'm sure that they have, and I haven't looked under the hood, but so I could be wrong, but they're probably set up to take a certain format right now, and the Australian past performances are not in an Equibase format. So you're not going to get all those numbers and everything else for it to do its thing. So,
or do you need to write separate algorithms for it based on the data you're receiving, things like that. But again, I haven't had that exact conversation, just theorizing.
Yeah, there's Chuck. There you go. Get your EE subscription and then get your subscription to Bruno with the Works. And then you'll be all good about that. All right, where are we at with who is next?
Remington.
Remington. We have LoSal and
LoSal, we have the Baffert, who's at 1 for 2. One, I cannot talk today. One is, I still can't do it. Instead of 2 to 1, he's 1 to 2. There we go. I retrained my brain to do it on the fly there. This is the horse, and I did look. This is the horse I was thinking of that even in workouts drifts out.
Yeah, Cowboy Mine.
Looks like I have a note on the 2. It doesn't look like it's a good one. It says Money Burner. But of course, it won the last time out after I wrote that note. I sometimes get a good laugh out of my notes.
Okay, so the first thing I guess to look through here is see, has anybody really had any success at this track? The 1 ran on 9:15, which is like what, 9 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And ran second. Held second. Stalked inside, held second. Jerry Jeff Walker is coming down from Golden Gate. Looks to be, I don't know if you'd go need the leads all the way. Luca Grazzi again. You're right, it's burned money. Has ran here before. He didn't run real well on the 20th June 23. Buck Owens. This is like, I think, a true LoSal horse running these 1,000-yard ones. Gained third, 6.5, stretching out to 8. The GSR at 61 is something to consider.
Yeah.
The 4.
And I talk about this in my class too. And this is I'm showing the wrong screen here, but you have 2 money bags here. And this is one of the things that with the money bag, if it trips whatever the algorithm is that creates the money bag or identifies the money bag, I think I've seen one race that was like a 12 horse race that had 5 money bags in it. So, that's one of the things about the money bags. I usually look for it to line up to something, but note that there are money bags, which is another long shot algorithm besides the E long shot that doesn't hit it as often as the E long shot here. And these are real long shots. I mean, 19 to 1 and 21 to 1.
It's just hard to get past the Baffert horse with any real conviction. I mean, eased out. That's an angle people like for some reason. But
let's just check the
I mean,
changes.
it seems to be in a decent spot here to pick up a victory against really what it's running against.
Yeah. I mean, it's an allowance group that it qualifies for.
Top race, top GSR, top win percentage, top pick.
Yep.
The only thing it's not, and it's top pace. It's the cycle, all 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top morning line, top EE morning line. 1 to 2.
You should note that the mandatory payout on the super high 5 starts here. Obviously, it's only 1 line, but
LoSal.
Yep.
They have a super high 5.
I just caught your interest.
It's $1.
Does it have a pool? It may not be worth playing. The current pool is at $6,290.
Yeah, I don't feel like to be in a super mood. Sometimes that happens, and it usually happens just when I'm just sitting down going through the various tracks that are running and running different things in the ticket generator to see what it will come up with if I tell it a few things.
Well, it's not $10. I meant to do a $1 super there. There we go. Let's see what it actually comes up with when I clear everything out. Still the same, so same ticket.
Thinking?
No, it's there, same ticket. So 6, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5 is what it came up with for a super.
Super high five? No, I was making sure I got everything I needed to get in for Remington. Sorry.
No problem.
A lot of busted low sell wagers.
Sells off. The 1 broke better than the 6. Got the whole shot. And goes into the first turn in the lead. The 6 is very wide.
We talked about that with the 6.
Yes, the 6. The 6 is the car with the worn tires that they can't corner.
And then after 2 legs,
I'm just getting to the stretch.
Look at Grazzi on the inside of Wine and Whiskey. Star Prospect 3 wide, and Buck Owens out 4 wide.
Buck Owens.
Now dropping back 7th and last. Into the back stretch, the leader is Galloping Cat for the Million Cotillion Man, Edwin Maldonado. Half a length over the favourite Cowboy Mike, with a length and a half to Jerry Jeff Walker. Look at Grazzi on the side, attended closely by Wine and Whiskey. Star Prospect 6 lengths off the pace. Buck Owens is the tail ender. They make the right-hand dog leg. 8 lengths front to back. Galloping Cat showing the way by a half length. In second is Cowboy Mike, travelling very comfortably. In fact, he moves up easily on the outside for Hernandez and takes up the running. 3.5 furlongs to go. Cowboy Mike pressing on for home, 2 lengths in front. Luca Grazzi taking up the chase, getting into a level second with Galloping Cat, and wider out as Jerry Jeff Walker. 2 lengths to Wine and Whiskey, followed next to last by Buck Owens, who gets by Star Prospect. Into the stretch, a quarter mile from home, and it's Cowboy Mike with a 3-length advantage from Jerry Jeff Walker, followed nearer the inside by Luca Grazzi. Wine and Whiskey between this pair. Buck Owens is finishing pretty well down the outside, but has a lot of ground.
5-3, I believe it was.
Total control of the meet finale. Cowboy Mike will make it a second ever 4-win day at Los Alamitos for Bob Baffert. And Juan Hernandez goes a perfect 6 for 6 this meet. Buck Owens grabbed.
Cowboy Mike actually went off at 6-5, which is kind of surprising.
6-5. That is certainly something I could have win bet for $100.
Yeah. So 4 wins for Baffert on closing day.
Yeah.
At Los Alamitos.
He said 6 winners. They only ran 6 days, so I'll go back. It'll give me something to do tomorrow when I'm bored, and see what the $2 Juan Hernandez pick 6 parlay paid. All right, they should be getting ready to go at Remington.
They are not quite, but
we got the late.
We're getting close. You got the late double. We're alive to the 8, 1, 2, and the 4 here in the pick 5.
Let's see. What do I have at Remington? I have the 2, 4, and 8 in the pick 4.
That doesn't like what I do.
2, 4, and 8. And the 4 won the last race, right? The dare race.
No.
All right. Well, we should definitely. I don't know if he's on, but we should definitely give a shout out to Dare that.
It did not win.
Oh, it did not win.
The 7 won.
Oh, that's right. All right. It's all your fault.
In the shadow of the wire.
That's right. It's all your fault. We're kidding. We're kidding. The 4 was solid.
No, I'm laughing at Wes's comment.
50 should be happy. Yeah, 4 wins for Bob. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I don't see that anymore. I put good use to the mute button on Twitter, and there's a few more that are going to go there tomorrow morning, especially after the the park's topics of the week. I mean,
So
if I complained about every track announcer that I didn't like, and that would be like a show unto itself that nobody wants to hear. It's like, if I don't have anything good to say, I'm not going to say anything at all.
we should do a show where we bring track announcers in to talk about how people aren't good at their jobs.
Yeah. So we understand you're a forensic tax accountant, and you've been overturned 3 or 4 times because you're not doing your job right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And
I'm sure, Bill. That's the reason why they built the stadium in Vegas, is because they knew they would never have attendance problems ever.
Yep.
Because it's the coolest thing to do, and they knew football fans traveled, and who doesn't want to go to Vegas for a weekend? So
right, and who doesn't want to
go play regularly? And by the way, the team
there are lots of transplanted Los Angeles, as well as people from Chicago and things like that who live permanently in Vegas too.
Did you just call them Los Angeles?
Yes.
That's not even remotely correct.
Okay, what would be the term for somebody who lives in Los Angeles?
Angelinos.
Okay.
There you go. Anyway, by the way, Mark Davis is the #1 proponent of getting rid of the divisions, because that allows him 3 more games from 3 different other areas.
Well, I also say he's the #1 proponent of mandatory bowls for haircuts.
Yeah. It's a tough thing. To go from Al to Mark was certainly a transition, but I don't know if it's been a good one. All right, 1 minute. Yeah,
1
Bill.
minute. What are you doing here? I'm not playing a double. I'm just riding with what I have.
You're riding with Biden because he pulled up for second yesterday. Apparently, the trainer was none too happy with Paco.
That makes him an IRAD, apparently.
Yeah. All right, Remington Park.
They're walking around on the track. Your 8 horse is your current favorite at 7-5. That's the Matty horse.
I got I have the Matty horse in play in the pick 3 and in play in the double. So I'm going to do it 8 and 2-4. I have the dare pick 3 here, where if I need the 8. No, we didn't hit that one. That's right. We had the 7.
It looks like the 2 and the 8 are your heavy favorites, your heavy chalk here.
Heavy chalk. How's that? I mean, can you really make heavy chalk?
Well, I guess it would be sidewalk chalk would qualify as heavy chalk, because it's thick and there's a lot of chalk to it, but I don't know. I mean, my daughter uses something called chair chalk.
Bill has a good story about an encounter with Mark Davis. This is why we need to be able to have a hotline, Oldie. We can get a Google line that we can turn on and off to ring our phone, one of our phones.
Yeah.
Stick it up by the mic and take a call. I would love to hear Bill's Mark Davis encounter. Well, as we get to post. Be like, you've got until you get to the post before we hit the red button. Finish the story.
I mean, comparatively to, I haven't heard bad things necessarily about him. Like, he's not what I heard of. Let's say Daniel Snyder, we all knew was not a good guy, just in general.
Mark is goofball, and best thing I could see is the movie Big. That's who he is, and who will always be. He's not his dad, but he's got decent enough people advising him now and got rid of the people that were screwing them before. So
Well, I don't know what that's like because
what
the
happened?
McCaskies continue to have the wrong people advising them and continue to do things like here's what they did in the last cycle. They interviewed coaches first with a consultant. Then they interviewed the GMs, told the GMs that if they wanted the job, they had to they could only hire the coaches that were on their list. They couldn't hire their own coaches. And then they hired a team president a year later who didn't hire either of those.
It's just a bunch of people that are making money off of them. And until they figure that out. All right, Oldy, we'll take them to the post here. I'll watch it from off the screen since we're behind.
Yeah, we got to find a way to speed you up there. I don't.
We got to do it. We got to do another virtual machine. That way, I can run one, and you can run one, and I can still do the audio for the ones you don't have. All right, 248 here.
1248 here for me. And I'd really like the one here. Can we get the one time here?
And the field has reached the gate, set to load for the Remington Park Oaks. Perfect Wish at the rail. Nomadic Pride.
Nomadic Pride. Pride of Tom Amos.
Appropriated Funds, Magic Bubbles.
And
Love Tank. Honor the Lady next. Last up outside will be the 8th, Ancient Peace. They're all in. They're up. And the Remington Park Oaks. Clean start, hustled away from the outside. Ancient Peace from the rail. There goes Perfect Wish between them. Marlaza. Speed duel is on, and Ancient Peace winning this one, going to the clubhouse turn. Up by a half length, now a full length. Opening up over Perfect Wish. Marlaza the 3-path. Battling and chasing on the hip of Ancient Peace in the turn. Then it is Honor the Lady, a wide third now, getting ahead of Perfect Wish. Gap
seems like a pretty hot pace.
Nomadic Pride after that. To the backstretch, trailing to Love Tank and Magic Bubbles, 9 from the front. Onto the backstretch, up front, Ancient Peace has the advantage by a half length over Marlaza. Out wide third, Honor the Lady.
Marlaza's done.
In a good spot, 5 furlongs to go. This Perfect Wish, you can have clear of appropriated funds. Now moving well to the rail. Here comes Nomadic Pride.
Appears that it's either the 8, the 4, or the 3.
7 from the lead with a half mile to go. As they approach the final turn of the Oaks, it's still Ancient Peace on top. Marlaza's been chasing. Now backs out of the bit. As Honor the Lady moves up to the outside. Perfect Wish gets through the rail. The Magic Bubbles is rolling wide as they reach the turn. It's Ancient Peace.
Come on, 4. Come on, 4.
The Lady continues.
There we go.
Magic Bubble, third. Perfect Wish is checked out. Trying to come on now. Perfect.
There we go.
Quarter mile to go, and it's all Ancient Peace at this point.
I think that's good.
Ancient Peace to the top of the stretch. Thread one more time.
Yeah.
That is. We got the boom up there. There were 2 heavy favorites, Marlaza. You say potato, I say potato. Was done by let's say the mid backstretch. There, when they quickened that the Cox horse had nothing there.
Ancient Peace was next. Magic Bubbles up third. Nomadic Pride fourth.
And that's what I was thinking on the 8, though. The 8 just seems to get in that position and just get caught.
Yeah, I know. But Maddie's stuff is usually pretty good. And,
yeah.
And it was,
you got it. Again, I used him because of Maddie.
But I didn't use that in a lot. I was just 248 there in the pick 4. And obviously get the 4 is great. And I'm 2-4 in the last. I'm against Hit Show because I don't think that outside post is really going to work.
Well, we'll talk about our tub thumping pick in a few minutes, but we have Let me get Golden Gate up here because we have the last at Golden Gate. And I believe we have some pick threes alive here.
Yeah, my pick 4 died. I had the 2 there. That was the one that that it like, well, it died in leg 1, so it really didn't matter. But I do have the 2 here in the last at Golden Gate. Touches in, which was the other one you had up on the screen for the pick 3.
You have the 2 or the 4 here.
I have the 2, just the 2.
Yeah, I have the 2 as well.
You have the 2 and the 4?
No, just the 2.
Okay. It's paying $86.70 for a buck.
Attaboy Lloyd.
We got that 3 times.
Will be the one of the last ones to load in here. A touch of Zen has got it. Smiling Felon taking his spot in the gate.
One more at Rivington.
He's got it. As luck happens, Ray's Regal.
Looks like Brad's alive
Looks
to
like
a lot of
Smiling
things
Felon
right
will be
now.
one of the last ones to load in as Ray's Regal has gone in. Cardinal Trick to the outside, waiting for him to take his spot.
Yes.
2 more runners to round out the group.
7 was race 8, right?
And then Smiling Felon
Yeah.
to complete the lie.
And then race 7 was
Smiling
what?
Felon goes in.
3, 4.
Race
no.
7 was wasn't the 2. I can't remember.
And as soon as he did, he was
Oh, it was the 2.
gate, and
Who got caught in the gate there?
the riders have hopped off. As soon as he went in there, he just started throwing
Brett stays
fit.
11, the 4, and the 13 on the last.
And we're going to have a delay. Stand by.
We're going to have a delay.
Standing by. And we are live on the pick 5 to, where are we here? We're live to the 1, 2, 4, 10, 13
In what? The pick 3 or
at
pick
Remington.
2? Oh, Remington. We'll get to those will pays in a minute. 1, 2, 4, 10, 13.
And
They haven't gone
gentlemen,
official yet, so.
Scratch number 4, Smiling Felon from this
Well,
race.
there's your second
Scratch number
choice.
4, Smiling
And
Felon
that's going to hurt the
from
prices.
the 8th race.
Mm-hmm.
If you had number 4, Smiling Felon and Win Play Show, exact the trifecta, superfecta wagers, you will be refunded for those wagers. Also, ladies and gentlemen, late daily doubles, late pick threes. If you're still alive in those wagers and you had number 4, Smiling Felon, you will get a consolation payout. So if you're still alive in the doubles,
that's
pick
better.
threes, and you had
Yeah.
number 4 in those bets, hold on to your tickets. You're going to get paid out.
That's
for
one
those.
thing to also know, too. I didn't know that. I was hoping he said that.
Late pick 4.
I was thinking the same thing.
Consolation
Consolation payout.
any of those wagers.
I have the 2,
You will
so.
get the favorite at the start of the race. Whoever goes off.
As
favorite,
do I,
get that
so.
runner on your ticket.
So pick 3s and pick 4s, you get the favorite
Late
here.
scratch of number 4, Smiling Felon in this finale.
No, pick 3s. Pick 4s and pick 5s, you get the favorite. Pick 3s
Okay.
and doubles are consolations.
Yeah, consolation.
Yeah, I know. That's what happened to me with Forte in the Derby. I got stuck with a consolation payout instead of being able to switch my.
What did you use that consolation money on?
Consoling myself.
Hey, folks, I don't think we've asked for this yet. Hit the like button. Like button is good. Like, subscribe. Looks like we've
Join
got
a coaching class.
Join a coaching class. Join the one Thursday night, and then join the one Friday night and get all the extra info.
So, and we don't talk about this, but we do different classes.
Mm-hmm.
So Scotty does kind of the basics of the platform and putting together tickets, and he's playing with you. Mine is, I do some of that, but I also give out data nuggets from the data I'm tracking. And we talk weekend tickets and things like that. And that there have been a few that I've given out that have hit just on, a couple horses here, a couple there. And then yours is better betting.
Yeah. Again, the betting is all this. If I could give a lot of people the winners of races on Thursday, and they still wouldn't bet them right, even if you had the almanac, right? It's all about the betting, and you've got to have some opinions, and you've got to, kind of narrow down and do more opinionated based betting based upon the prices you're getting. And a lot of that is looking at, daily double wheel pays and tracking where you think the money's going. And bourbon's good too. We do this with bourbon. We do it with the Remington live races or whatever is running that's decent. And we're going to run short as we get into the winter. So I might have to change the times on that. But and just betting. I mean, what other folks do, what the folks that are the winners of the bigger events do, and how they approach things. So we're off.
Ready to go, and we're off.
And of course, the two breaks last.
Attaboy Lloyd from the inside, sent for speed. He's got the lead in the early part. Strides a length and a half in front of As Luck Happens, runs in second. Cardinal Trick third. Raise Regal next. And Touch of Zen at the back. 5 runners in single file line. They're separated by what, 10, 11 lengths or so, as the leader, Attaboy Lloyd, wings it out on the
Brad Cox?
length advantage. As Luck Happens,
I don't know if he's at Remington today.
He's pulled about 7 lengths ahead of Cardinal Trick, losing position already. Touch of Zen gets a tap on the shoulder to get going, and there he goes, a joint third with Cardinal Trick. Well out of it, Raise Regal all in as they approach the quarter pole. Attaboy Lloyd still in front. The margin's 2 lengths.
Attaboy Lloyd.
Luck Happens, sent along to get after him in second. Touch of Zen still 6 behind in third. The others have given way as they come down the stretch. Attaboy Lloyd, the leader by 2. As Luck Happens is trying, about to lose the second spot though to Touch of Zen, and Touch of Zen is about to
last to first.
Attaboy Lloyd runs by, and now it's just a guessing game of how much he's going to win by. Touch of Zen and Frank Alvarado off the layoff, well conditioned by Steve Mayotte, wins it, hits the wire 5 ahead.
Jenny, I think he may be at Remington Park today because he has several horses running there at the including in the Oklahoma Derby, but I've not seen him on video today. All right, well, winner there. We got the 10-1 in the middle leg and a nice, decent pick 3 payout there. And now we can take a look at the Remington will pays as well. And they're pretty spread out. So if anybody but Hit Show wins, it pays about $500, $600. Hit Show wins, it's going to pay about $170, almost $180.
All right, well, that was a decent result, right?
Toby Keith. I have no idea where Toby Keith is.
Touch of Zen first. Second, number 1, Attaboy Lloyd. Third, number 9, Cardinal.
Any idea where Toby Keith is?
As Luck Happens. 2195. Your top 4 finishers in
we'll have to check up on that and get back to you. All right, well, hits pick 3 there.
Yeah. Nice little consolation to the day there, or not consolation, but nice little payout there.
$9 for $1. I played it 3 times.
And I didn't play it as heavily as you did because I was rushing, but I did get the win bet as well on the 10. So
win bet on the 10 is great. 27 isn't like hitting it really hard, but
no.
All right, so what do we got here? We
have Prairie Meadows race 9, and then the next race is Remington. The close of the show, we did look at the will pays or we looked at it off screen. It shows sub 200, about 180. Everything else is about in the $500 to $600 range that we're alive to. Again, we're alive. This was the original ticket, so Hit Show not a good option for us here. We need to beat Hit Show because that was the original ticket.
I have the 2 and the 4 at $1.50, so 3 times. 302 and 285 for 50 cents, so 3 each. That was $54.
Unless we want to see something here at Prairie Meadows we want to do, which, maybe you take a shot on the E long shot here, 1900 at 13 to 1 at 13%, but the GSR is bad. This would be one of those magic ones in my mind.
There's no first-time starters, so that's unfortunate. There's 3 horses that haven't run at the distance. The 2, which is top GSR, the 7, which is the money bags, and the 3. Well, the 3 is not top, sorry. 2, 6, 7 are the top 3 GSRs, and the 2 and the 7 are the 2 that have not run at the distance. So Mr. Snerdley, I think we all know who that is. If you're a long-time Rush Limbaugh fan or listener. Second-time starter. Not much to start. Not much looking at Jockey Trainer. 44 to 1. And the 7, who's 0 for 6. Appears to be a at least a brother, sister, or married couple.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't follow any of this.
I mean, you also have the Wellingtons in the on race in on horse 8 there.
Yeah, track's not on fire, so I mean
and Kylie Wellington appears to be an apprentice.
They're off. Or close to being off.
I don't know if anybody played that, but we can watch and see what happens here. 4 is on the lead, being followed by the 6. 4, 1900 is that E long shot I mentioned. It's stretching out his lead down the back stretch. Fast pace. 6 Dark Baron, your favorite, at 2 to 5 is starting to cut into the lead. The 4 looks in hand, and the 6 is being asked right now. As they turn for home, the 4 looks gassed, but the 6 doesn't really seem to have anything for it. Stride shortening on both horses. And nobody coming. So this is going to come 4-6.
Four, 6. So you got 7 to 1 on the long shot.
Yep. And I'll point out here, this is interesting as I'm looking at the will pays here at Prairie Meadows. If the 2 or 3 won there, you would have had a pick 4 carryover, but not a pick 5 carryover. I believe that's a jackpot pick 5 too. At Prairie, your favorite.
We could do a.
And I wonder if I wonder if the pool there was very small, because it looks like maybe that was the jackpot, the 2 and the 3.
Well,
And the
I don't
jackpot
know.
wasn't very big at this
I don't
point.
know how long ago I would have to search for a Prairie Meadows wager. All right.
I'd say maybe the Iowa Derby 2 years ago would be my
Maybe.
guess.
If I wasn't doing something else. All right, we got 11 minutes to the Oklahoma Derby.
Yep.
It would have been great if these tracks would have got together and did a, what do we have yesterday?
Pennsylvania Derby.
Pennsylvania Derby to Oklahoma Derby double.
Yeah,
I mean,
or if they planned it so that this was running, that they were running the same day too, but not at the same exact time.
well, yeah, they could run opposite each other. And yesterday, that would work perfect, but Parks didn't have the best weather.
Yeah.
Their handle was way down.
Yeah.
That happened.
Well, but again, that's seems pretty common right now. I don't think that's. I mean, Saratoga's handle was down.
Del Mar.
Canterbury was down 49% year
Del
over
Mar
year on handle.
Del Mar was down 9%.
Yeah.
And
again, until we start competing for and marketing towards to the sports bettors who are leaving horse betting and just sports betting, like we know many people. I know a few people at least who have done that.
Oh yeah.
And the sports betting side does a great job of marketing to our people.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's easier and simpler, right? And you don't have as much shenanigans and everything else. All right, let's just run through your wheel pace here. We got 10 minutes to go. So you've got the 1, 2, 4, 10, 13 here. So 3,600 to the 1, 562 to the 2, 543 to the 4, 1, 2, 4, 10, 13, and then 650 to the 10, and 178 to the 13. So
I did not expect the 1 to be sitting at 61 to 1.
But sure, but that's kind of what you want.
Yellow
right?
there.
Yeah. Right. It's on the ticket. That's those sometimes win.
Yeah.
The only thing I would have told you, looking back at knowing what we know now, being Captain Obvious, is I would have dropped to 13 and picked somebody else.
Yeah, no, see, I would have dropped this. I would have only played the 7. Remember, I told you I was concerned about whether the 7 would get there in race 8. But, having the hindsight, I would have singled the 4 in the first and the 7 here and just brought the cost of the ticket down.
The 7 here?
7 in race 8.
Okay. Yeah, I would just, the 11, 12, and 13, and I know you like the data. The data does not suggest that these are the horses that can win from there. Now, we can argue the quality of the field and everything else, but race shape is going to dictate whether or not the 13 is going to be able to overcome the post. So the 13, in my mind, the equivalent here is being this horse in this race in the 12 hole at Gulfstream, going a 1-turn mile.
I know you put that data out there, but I've watched a lot of Remington this year, and it seems to me like wide has been the place to be.
Yeah, but they don't go this distance. And I know there's a scratch, and it'll be interesting. One thing that'll tell us is whether or not they fill up the 1 hole or not, because if they don't, then they're going to go out from the 2, and he's going to be in that way outside spot there. So I think that complicates things. And at 4 to 5, I would want no part of that. And the 4 to 5 it shows in the pick 5 wheel pace for sure. And I'm sure in the pick 4, it's 111 in the pick 4.
Well, I'll just point out as we're sitting here, the 11, the system, the price value matrix on the 11 is in favor of the better right now. I
Yeah.
don't personally like the 11, but it's sitting at 51 to 1 and it's 12% to win.
I know. It's a gun runner. It's Asmussen. You've got to deal with some level of
The
Rosario
11, not the
here
10.
on, where is he at? But let me just pull up the GSR on that 11.
The 11, not the 10. It's by Street Sense.
Oh, the 11. Okay. I mean, the 10 is no joke as well. I mean, he can still do some damage here. Throw out the Kentucky Downs race, right?
Yeah, well, obviously. But you also look at the Belmont, the Preakness, every time he's stepped up.
Yeah, but he's going. What do you think the West Virginia Derby win double to the Oklahoma Derby double? That sounds like a good double that a lot of horses would have that are in this realm, that are not 10 and a half furlongs on the turf.
Yeah.
I get that his GSR was good, but when you look at the West Virginia Derby, he's right at the same GSR that he is today.
Yeah, I have watched this horse a lot. I watched it in the Rebel, the Arkansas Derby, and if there's a pace meltdown, I mean, I think that's what the horse at this level against these horses needs. That's
Sure.
not saying that there won't be a pace meltdown.
Yeah, well, just take a look at go to the GSR. Click the GSR tab. No, not.
And I'm going to just show you that.
I see it. Yeah, I'll go to all of them. Here's my point on the system, and that. Close that view. GSR. There you go. Okay. The 10 is the only horse with 2 and 3, right? The 11 is 1 for 3, but has that post. So the ones I went with, the 2 and the 4, the reasons why, it's the first time they're trying this GSR, and that's where the odds took me, right? Because it's just those are kind of the two that I want to have. A couple of 6 to 1 shots. Let's beat the outside posts and hope these guys navigate a trip through.
Well, and
Brad's right. The 10 horse will be running late. Can he stay close enough will be the question.
Well, and does he want to stay close enough, or does the pace melt?
Sure.
I mean, the one
pace,
definitely.
I don't think the pace is going to melt. These guys know how to ride there. They're not going to go too fast. I'm going to guess. What do you think the half mile away? Let's figure that out.
Well, I think that. Let me put it another way. If it's over 49, the 10 ain't winning.
No, I'm going to tell you it's probably going to be 51, 50 and change.
Okay, well, if it's that, the 10's not winning.
No.
But I think it's going to be more like, I think it's going to be sub 49. I think it's going to be in the high 48s. I'll go 48.75.
Okay. If that does, the 10 comes into play for sure. It all just depends for me where the 2 and the 4 are going to sit, because the 4 is going to be back a bit.
Well, and let me ask you a question. Does the 1 go nuts? And are we in one of those races where you have a horse that has a 10-length lead down the backstretch? Who's the jockey there?
Floyd.
It's possible.
All right, well, getting down to the last minutes of wagers. We got one race to go. By the way, we should take a few minutes. So we're going to be back Saturday, and we're going to be heavy on the late Santa Anita card with the Aqueduct Stakes, which are late in their card as well. We're going to try and come up with a betting thing on those races. It should be 5 or 6 or 7 of them. Maybe a couple other things, but
Golden Hour.
That's Golden Hour and whatnot, and some of the multis, but kind of focusing on the Breeders' Cup prep races and how to bet those and maximize value and profit and see what we can find that may do well. In the meantime, let me make sure that I get down on something here in Remington. And you were talking about the one, right? Some crazy deal with the one. Is the one a win, or is that can last for a second?
I don't know. I mean, I used it, but my thought is the one that you could have a jockey who gets too excited about being in a race here that he normally wouldn't be placed in.
Yeah.
And he may not take a hold of the horse hard enough, and the horse may just go.
All right. Well, you
The
talked me
one
into
looks
putting
super fed, but does
you
look a
talked me
little.
into putting the one in fourth place.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 2, 4, 13, all one. That's my $9.50 super. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button again. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you later on in the chat, and hope you did well in all your wagers this weekend with sports and horses and everything else. But we appreciate you tuning in. Tumbawamba. Well, I guess since I'm 2-4 here, I should do a 2-4 exacta.
Or do a 2-4, 2-4, 2-4, 1 exacta. If you think the one can hold on for a second.
How about a 1-2-4 try?
Sure.
That's $2 for $1. That pays a lot.
We're still circling. There's $144,816 in the win pool. 38,000 to place.
Well, Oldie, it's been fun doing a couple of days this week. We've got Santa Anita coming back. That should be fun as well. Certainly, we're going to get full fields of the, full fields during the at least the first couple of weeks. I think the whole meet will get good because it's not the marathon that is starts the day after Christmas.
I hope the fields are good. I did see the nominations for the Awesome again. I have not seen the entries, and was disappointed to see that Practical Move, who's been working for a little over a month now, it was not entered in there. I don't know what their plan is for that horse hasn't run since the Derby, or since being scratched the week of the Derby, I should say.
It seems like that's the new thing to train up to the Breeders' Cup.
But, I mean, it doesn't have a winner in your end. Where do they place that horse? The mile? Still circling.
Let's go for it there. I'm with you on the 4, buddy. And I don't know if you were on earlier, but I know the 4 didn't win, but no worries. Maddie's 8 didn't win either, so but that happens.
It does.
Keep telling us when you like horses like that.
And I said this like a year ago when I started to have to do it, November-ish, when I started to have to do it. Picking winners is on a consistent basis, is very difficult to do.
It is,
especially when you're picking winners for an audience.
Yeah, well, it's difficult when you pick winners for yourself, but and you're making these are not the $4, $5, or $6 win bets. These are the ones where you're going to go a little bit more heavy because hopefully you're not betting on 3 to 5 shots on these all the time. And if you're not, well, then you've got a chance long term to be able to churn a decent enough ROI on that stuff. But they're still difficult, and it's hard to just do sometimes when you like an 8-to-1 shot and you know you're going to either beat a 3-to-5 or a 2-to-5 that's going to run second. Your place money there isn't going to be enough, so you have to go all. You have to go all on the win side. If you think that the favorite is vulnerable to run out of the money, and then at higher prices, sure, because sometimes even if it runs first, you might get $12 per second. This one looks hard. They're all hard, Tony. And this is all about hit show at 4-to-5, overcoming its post. They're circling the wagons here.
The Sooner Schooner.
Pearl Earl scratched. I don't know, but he's a jillion to one.
Who is Pearl Earl?
And if you had Pearl Earl, you now have hit show one more time in the pick 4 and the pick 5. Pearl Earl is the 8 horse.
It's not scratched on my screen yet.
Not scratched on mine either, but.
The field is being called to the gate for the Oklahoma Derby. Last chance to wager.
Last chance to wager.
And I get the broadcast from the future, so.
We're going to fix that this week.
Well, we're going to have to figure that out. But
I just need a Advid login to the Sure account.
Field of 12.
Instead of this screen I'd have up, I'd have that up.
Ghost Hero stepping up after Red. Pearl's Earl next.
Earl's Pearl.
How did he do that? Tumbarumba's in. Race Kane steps forward. Red Route 1.
Overskate in Canada.
Cagliostro.
I'm not familiar with Overskate.
Heroic Move. Orlana Spirit.
One broke cleanly.
Left to load. Gun Flash moving in. Last up outside, number 13. Hit Show.
Hit Show is not going to get caught wide, other than the fact that Pratt isn't tucking in. So now is going to get caught wide because Pratt did not tuck in.
Clean start, quick start from the rail for Ghost Hero, gunning for the front, now coming on. How did he do that? Making a bid. Also outside, Groveland moving up. So is Raised Cane, but under the line first. Ghost Hero by a little more than a length. Raised Cane battling for second, but how did he do that? Groveland's a wide fourth as they reach the turn. Cagliostro and Orlana Spirit after that. Then inside Tumbarumba with tons of space to move down the rail. Inside of Heroic Move. Gun Flash, Hit Show is wide as they reach the midpoint of the turn. Gap of 5-4 to Red Route 1, then well back to Pearl's Earl.
Much faster than what I thought.
We're 23.57. Up front is Ghost Hero setting the pace by 3/4 over. How did he do that? Groveland's a wide third. Guard spot inside for Tumbarumba, battling fourth with Raised Cane, Orlana Spirit, and Cagliostro's seventh. Just under 5 furlongs left. It shows a very wide 8. Gun Flash just inside of him. Gap of 3 more to Red Route 1. Just over a half mile to go. It's still Ghost Hero up front. Ghost Hero is there by a little more than a length. How did he do that? Continues to track second. Then it is Tumbarumba looking for room inside. Groveland keeps everybody hemmed in outside in third as they go to the final turn. Ghost Hero showing the way. Pressure being turned up by how did he do that? Groveland still third. Now Tumbarumba being asked. Wide trying to come on. Cagliostro very wide but rolling outside of Raised Cane. 1/4 mile to go. And the Oklahoma Derby up front. Ghost Hero has plenty of company. To the outside, Cagliostro. There's how do you do that? Between runners, Tumbarumba at the rail. Groveland trying to make
I think it was Tumbarumba, but I'm not sure.
Run. And Hit Show extremely wide, but pouring it on. Race on. Final 16. How did he do that? Is on top.
It's either the 2 or the 10, I think.
The closer. How did he do that? Red Route 1. Photo finish.
What do you guys think in the chat?
I think the 2.
I thought
I
it was
hope-
the 2 also. I thought we may be doing some tub thumping tonight. Sorry, that's a little chumba-rumba humor.
Well, I told you the 13 was not going to happen from
Let's
that
see
post.
here.
The 10 was the extreme outside one, and we talked about that. He ran that same race.
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. That the angle is not straight on there. It might have been the 9. How'd he do that?
When I watched it live, I thought it was the 2.
I thought it was 2, but what I just saw there was the camera angle was not straight. I think it's the 9. It looks like the 9 to me. I think we're out. I think that was a nice victory for Stuart Elliott, longtime Asmussen rider. The replay they just showed looks like the 9. And now the cameraman's showing the 9.
9 got it. Shit.
Nine paid
A lot.
10, almost 4,500. Yeah, 9. So Brad says the 9. The camera person thinks the 9. Charles thinks the 10. Sure, that was fun though. There's an objection. I'm not sure who the objection is on. It would be on the 2. Again, they haven't told us what the finishing positions are. The 2 definitely interfered with the 10. But not very heavily. They still haven't shown the official results. So it's interesting that there's an objection already. I don't think I've seen this before.
Who knows what the deal is in Oklahoma?
I mean, there was definitely some other bumping going on there.
They're showing the 9, and he's not getting off the horse. So
the 10's there too, though.
Stewart's also inquiring into this situation with the 11 broke land, the 9, how to do that, and
the 9 and the 11.
order will be displayed momentarily.
Coming off the turn.
Will be number 9. How do you do that first?
He did come out. There was a significant
So 9,
bounce.
10. 9, 10 is the official order.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something there. Whether the 4 came in first and hit the 11 or the 9 came out. I've seen worse DQs.
Well, he definitely cracked that horse.
Yep.
Well, the 10 finished second, so I'm screwed either way. And we talked a lot about the 10.
Yeah, we did. And the pace was even quicker than I thought. I don't know what they're going to do here.
Did 10 do anything wrong?
No,
Oh, that's too bad.
but I legitimately don't know what they're going to do here.
No, this is what you call a coin flip, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely take the 9 down here, or
Ace King against pocket jacks.
but I've also seen things like this where in a race like today, it stays up. See IRAD on Forte against Saudi Crown.
9-2-10 official, they say.
Objection disallowed. I mean, there was definitely a foul there.
I don't know if it rose to the level of the 11 was going to win, though.
And I don't know if that's the rule in Oklahoma either. Is it a, what do they call it? It's on New York's website. They're a phase 2 or whatever, the level 2, I think it is, state, where you have to cost a placing, or if they're like California where you don't have to cost a placing.
All right, well.
All right, great show.
Yeah, thanks everybody
a
for
lot of
hanging
fun.
out with us. We'll be back Saturday. Look for the links. Thanks for hanging out. The results weren't as optimal, but we were there for a few things. So
good times. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good one. Talk to you guys during the week. Bye.
Bye. Oh, and hit the like on the way out, guys.